Hi, it's Yuenny, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't done a video for a while, that's because I've been so tired, probably because of work and all that. I've just been quite stressed out and busy, but today I thought I would do a video on my Neverfull GM. I've had this bag for a year and a month, so I think it's a good time to do an update and wear and tear. So if you would like to find out how the bag has held up in the last year, then please keep watching. I bought this bag October last year, so like I said, it's just over a year old. I've been using it every day since then. Not literally every day, but every kind of weekday, Monday to Friday when I go to work, because it does just hold everything that I need to carry with me. I did weigh my bag before I started filming. Shockingly, my bag, it's really heavy, weighs 6 kilos. I know, I've always thought it was heavy, but not 6 kilos heavy. But to be fair, I think my laptop probably weighs about 2 or 3 kilos, so the rest of it is just stuff that I carry around. Probably a lot of the things that I don't actually need to carry around with me every day, but I do have it with me, you know, just in case I need them. But I could just show you a glimpse of what it looks like inside. It's messy, it's a lot of stuff, but yeah, I'll just quickly show you kind of what it looks like, if you can see. So I have my laptop because I need it for work. I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that I carry, the heavier things that I carry, as well as things that are probably a bit unnecessary to carry around, but I'll just quickly show you. A 13-inch laptop for work. I carry it with me back and forth because at work it's quite flexible. We can actually work from home as well, so there'll be days where I kind of take my laptop home. I've got a notebook for work as well that I carry with me to make notes. I've got my medium agenda that I carry with me. Of course, being in the UK, an umbrella. I've got my Sony headphones. These are the wireless noise cancelling headphones that I take to work because sometimes when I want to concentrate at work I just wear them and then just there's silence so I can get on with work. But I also like to take it home because sometimes I do like to kind of listen to music, and we do have a neighbour who's got a dog sometimes that he barks during the day, especially when I'm working from home, so I like having noise cancelling headphones. Yeah, but that's a bit big, that I probably don't need to carry around every day, but that's in there. The other thing I probably don't need to carry around every day is my Nintendo 3DS. I sometimes play on it on my lunch break, especially when it's raining outside and I don't fancy walking in the rain. I sometimes just go and sit in my car and just play my 3DS. And just some other essentials that I carry with me kind of every day, and in pretty much all my bags. I've got my wallet, my cosmetic pouch, mini pochette, hand cream, sunglasses, and I've got some chewing gum. Oops. I've got chewing gum and kind of tissues and all other sorts of things that I have in my bag, but I'm not going to go through every single thing with you because today's video is about wear and tear. So this bag has held up great for the amount I use it for the amount I've actually used it, i.e. every day, and I don't take particularly care with this bag because when I bought it I knew it was going to be a work bag and I know it's going to be used every day, and when I'm kind of going to work and sometimes running late, I don't want to have to kind of be really careful with it. So yeah, I don't really look after it that much, and I also use it when it's raining as well. I'm not too worried about the Pochette. Obviously it's patinaed a bit since I got it, but surprisingly not as much as I thought it would. So having worn it in the rain, there are a little bit of watermark, like they're really faint. I think the worst was probably on this one. I don't even know if you can see it, but that's probably the worst watermark there is on there. So yeah, I'm not going to say I don't care, but it doesn't bother me because, like I said, I like just using my bag rather than just keeping it in pristine condition, and it's done great for what I needed it for. It fits everything. Sometimes I even carry my lunch in there, so it's been a great bag. The rest of the leather, there's kind of slight wrinkling at the top, but nothing major. There's no cracking on the leather or canvas on the bag yet, and I hope it will never happen. There are, yes, a little bit of wrinkling, and there are kind of a little bit of scuff marks on this end and this end, but that's fine considering it's so big. It kind of does stick out a lot, so when I'm wearing it, it sticks out quite wide, so sometimes it kind of does get knocked on things, like especially when I get in and out of the car, but yeah, I don't take particularly care with that. The other wear on the leather would be the straps. They kind of look, it looks like I think they were glazing on the sides, the leather. They're not obvious, but it kind of looked like there was some sort of glazing on the edge, but it's kind of all worn off and it looks a little bit like not as smooth. But the actual straps haven't kind of started separating or anything. You see what I mean? It's kind of still intact and it's holding up well, and I don't have any issues. And some people's Neverfulls kind of have darker areas at the top when they hold on to it a lot. I generally wear this back on my shoulder because it's so heavy. So it's not really kind of darker on the top, and as some of you probably know, I wash my hands so much during the day. There's almost like there's no chance for any dirt to get on it. And sometimes if I just put hand cream on, when I need to like put hand cream on and run out the door, I kind of put my hand through like that, and I carry it like that until my kind of hand cream has absorbed. So that's probably why it's like all the way through the handles. It's the same kind of shade. These on the sides, I don't really know what they're called, but they for some reason they look like they're slightly darker than the rest of the leather on the bag. I'm not sure if it is, but it feels like it is, but again, that doesn't really bother me, because overall it's quite an even patina. The only kind of difference I've noticed, I don't know which side, not on both sides actually, just on one side, I think it's on this side, because this bit always sits in that position, so the leather of the bit that's covered is actually slightly lighter than the rest of the leather, because like I say, it's always like that. I never move these, so that's the only kind of difference, but it's barely noticeable and it doesn't bother me. The bottom is still perfect, no scratches, no dirt, nothing, no wear. As you also might know, I never put my bag on the floor when I'm outside, so if I have to, I would carry it, have it on my lap, on a chair, anything. I would not set it on the floor outside. So it's in great condition, very clean. Because sometimes when I get home, I take my bag off and I kind of put it on the bed, like when I just get home. Yeah, so I don't want it outside, I don't want it dirty. I kind of just want to be able to put it anywhere in the house as well, so that's why it's clean at the bottom. There's definitely wear on the corners, I must say, because it's such a big bag, it does stick out quite a bit. One corner is worse than the other three, I must say, and well, obviously I don't mean to do it, but I knew when it happened. I was kind of leaving for work one morning, and I kind of got out the door and kind of spun around to lock the door behind me, and then I kind of hit the wall on one of the corners. So one corner is definitely worse than the other three, but it's not that noticeable. So if you look at it from like kind of like that angle, can't see it. It's only when you look closely at a certain angle you see the scuffing, but again, it doesn't bother me. Sorry if you can hear the alarm in the background. I believe my neighbour opposite is actually installing a new alarm system, so sorry if you can hear that in the background. So the interior is very clean, except there's a bit of hair and dust, but there are no marks or no spills or anything like that, so it's in pretty good condition on the inside. Obviously doesn't smell of anything. So overall, that's the wear and tear of my 1-year-old Neverfull GM. Considering the weight that I carry with me every day, pretty much, it's doing really, really well. I'm so pleased and impressed, because recently, with all the kind of issues with Louis Vuitton, kind of any recent purchases or any purchases I kind of make, that's within the last few years or so, I do worry that there's going to be problems, and because I don't live near a store, it makes it quite difficult to kind of go and get anything repaired or anything looked at. So I'm really glad that this is holding up really well. The straps as well, just there's nothing kind of pulling, no tears or anything, and nothing looks like that's going to rip or fall apart anytime soon. And as long as I'm still in this job, I'd probably still be carrying all this stuff with me every day. The 6 kilos. And sometimes I actually have a water bottle in there, so that would be even heavier. But yeah, so I'm very pleased. I just love this bag, and it's definitely kind of been worth the money, considering that I use it every day. If you're considering buying this bag, I'd say definitely go for it. I always say that. Everyone kind of asks me, oh, what do you think of the Neverfull GM? What are your thoughts on it? I always say go for it. and the fact that you can kind of cinch it in if I'm not carrying that much, like when I go out on my lunch break and I don't carry my laptop and stuff like that, I kind of just cinch it in and make it into a slightly smaller bag like that. So I love it. I love this bag so much. I don't think I love it that much that I'll get it in other prints, because the reason I love this one so much is because it's softened quite a lot and it's very slouchy and comfortable to wear. But if I get it in, for example, the Damier Ebene, it's probably a bit stiffer, and because I do have the Neverfull MM in the Damier Ebene, and that one kind of hasn't really softened over, I've had it for over 4 years, probably even 5 years now. But the bag just hasn't really softened, especially the straps. The straps are still really stiff on that bag, so I probably wouldn't get it in the Damier Ebene in this size. In the Damier Azur, I don't, probably not. If I were to get the Damier Azur, it'll be in the MM, but because I've got the Delightful MM, I probably won't get it in the Neverfull. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. Yeah, so sorry there wasn't that much to kind of talk about as in terms of wear and tear, but because there isn't really that much to talk about, which is a good thing, I guess. But yeah, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, sorry the alarm's still going off and stuff like that, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye!